This is the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, keeping you informed about the happenings in Annapolis and the area. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and of course, local weather. The Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Friday, January 24th, 2020. This is Tim Hamilton in for John Vernay, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. In a press conference yesterday, the Anne Arundel County Homicide Unit reiterated that it's actively investigating 4 open homicides that occurred in 2019. The Anne Arundel County Police Department is offering a $10,000 reward in each case for information leading to the arrest and conviction of the suspects involved in the murders of Robert Lee Thomas Jr., Andre Lee Garrett, Michael Lee Wise III, and Xavier John Arthur Green. The family of Xavier Green was unable to attend the conference today, but shared the following statement. We, the family of Xavier Green, would first like to thank you for your sincere thoughts and prayers during this tragic time of loss and grieving. The great outpour of love and concern is appreciated and needed more than you know. To date, justice has not been served because no one has been willing to identify the person responsible for taking Xavier's life. We know that someone knows the truth and wants to do the right thing, and we are praying with expectancy that you will come forward. Our request is not just for our family, but for our community and communities throughout the state of Maryland experiencing the same ongoing, unnecessary, unbearable devastation, because as we see, it never stops here." Unquote. Anyone with any information regarding any of these cases is asked to contact the Homicide Unit at 410-222-4731. Callers wishing to remain anonymous can call the tip line at 410-222-4700 or Main Crime Stoppers at 1-866-7-LOCK-UP. That's 1-866-756-2587. If you're a fan of Brio Tuscan Grill and Parole, then get ready for some disappointment because today, January 24th, will be the final day that they'll be open. Brio is just the latest spate of area restaurants that are closing. And employees were notified on Wednesday of the closure, and we confirmed the closure with local management earlier today. We're told that several of the underperforming locations across the country would be closing, but not all locations. They were unable to say how many of the locations were part of the downsizing, and calls to the corporate office were not returned. Currently, there are 56 locations across the United States, and there was no other word which locations would be shutting their doors. The location in Annapolis Town Center was the only location in Maryland that was shutting down. The management would not cite any policy on unused gift cards or any refunds. Recently, Chewy's, Subway at the Festival at Riva, and Subway at Park Place have all closed, and one close to my heart, the Ebb Tide, here in Annapolis, closed down at the end of December and will become the Dark Horse Annapolis in early spring. The Annapolis Police Department is looking for a particularly bad car thief who stole a vehicle from an Annapolis condo complex in the morning and apparently returned it that same evening. According to the police, on January 22nd at 6 a.m., the man was speaking with another man he had just met through the window of his rental car in the unit block of Silverwood Circle. The victim was sitting in the running vehicle and the key was in the ignition. The suspect grabbed the victim's cell phone, and when the victim exited the car, the suspect ran around the vehicle, jumped in, and drove away. The vehicle was recovered, parked and unoccupied the same evening at 8 p.m. in the same area from where it was taken, and someone seriously needs to download the Uber app because it eliminates the whole hassle of carjacking. Officials for the Anne Arundel County Public Library today announced a series of events to mark the opening of the Michael E. Busch Annapolis Library. The building's ribbon cutting will take place on Wednesday, April 29th at 11 a.m., and the grand opening Community Day will be held on Saturday, May 2nd from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. The Library Foundation's annual For the Love of the Library fundraising gala will be held on Friday, April 17th at 6:30 p.m., and tickets will be available for purchase starting in March. While the ribbon cutting will feature remarks from elected officials and library leadership, the Community Day will offer customers and residents entertainment, special story times, tech demonstrations, and more. More details will be announced in the months ahead. All events are sponsored by the Anne Arundel County Public Library Foundation. This new facility represents a renaissance in our county's public libraries. The Michael E. Busch Annapolis Library will be a place for education, enrichment, and inspiration, helping to create a welcoming, resilient community where all can realize life to its fullest potential, said Library CEO Skip Auld. The 32,500 square foot facility located at 1410 West Street is the first newly constructed building of its kind in the county for more than 15 years. The $24 million facility will feature 85,000 print books and materials, a large community meeting room with space for 500 people, 6 collaboration spaces for studying or meetings, an expanded children's area, including an outdoor play space, a teen area, tech zone, a tinker space, vending cafe, and a community living room. Library meeting rooms will be available for booking starting May 4th. Well, that's it for the news. What's in store for this weekend weather-wise? We have George Young from DMV Weather with the weather for today and the next couple of days. And if you like rain, you're in luck. And John will have all the weekend's happenings around town. All that after the break.
Hey, Annapolis, Eastern Shore, and Anne Arundel County. My name's Rick Peters, and I'm the president of Solar Energy Services in Millersville, Maryland. Need a new job in the new year to help take you in a different direction? Maybe you aren't feeling fulfilled in your current job and want to be part of the excitement and growth of the clean energy industry. Consider coming to work for Solar Energy Services and give yourself a new career and fresh start at a company that not only offers competitive pay and benefits, but also cares about our employees as much as we care about our customers. That says a lot because we've been in business for over 40 years and we know how to provide 5-star service. Visit solarsaves.net or call 410-923-6090 today. We are hiring immediately for solar installers, drafting specialists, and commercial project managers as we prepare for another great year. Are you up for the challenge? Apply today. Sunshine's a wasting.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
Going out? You need the most up-to-date local weather. Here's George Young from DMV Weather in Annapolis with today's forecast.
Hey everyone, this is George with DMV Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Friday, January 24th. Yesterday was a good one, and today should be equally as nice to end the work week with a decent amount of sunshine and temps 47 to 54 degrees for highs, though some clouds will start to move in as the next weather maker approaches, which will be another low-pressure center well to the northwest of the Annapolis region, which has been the overriding theme of this winter so far. And that will bring more rain tomorrow with temps in the 50s before clearing skies and breezy winds on Sunday with temps a bit lower in the 45 to 50 degree range for highs. So stay dry on Saturday while still finding a way to get out and about, and then enjoy the return of sunshine on Sunday to close out the weekend as we start to quickly approach closing out the month of January late next week as the clock starts to tick that much faster toward the end of great snow chances and the beginning of daylight saving time again in March. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DMV Weather. Make it a great weekend out there, and be sure to get our free app on all of your devices by searching the Apple or Google App Stores for DCMDVA Weather. And also follow us on Facebook and Twitter and on our website at dmvweather.com so you can always stay weather informed.
Here's to the teacher who spends her weekend helping children who need a little extra attention. To the soldier who missed the birth of his baby while serving overseas. To the EMT working full-time and taking night classes. To the police officers and firefighters working long hours away from their families to keep our families safe. Here's to you, our hometown heroes. I'm Alan Hyatt, Chairman and President of Severn Bank, and we know there are many heroes among us. Men and women who serve without expecting anything in return. Which is why we're honored to offer our Hometown Heroes program to educators, law enforcement officers, firefighters, first responders, healthcare workers, and military personnel. Whether you're opening a checking account or buying a new home, we're here to give back to you. Learn more about our Hometown Heroes program at severnbank.com. Severn Bank, here with you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Every weekend, there's something exciting going on in the Annapolis area. Be sure to visit eyeonannapolis.net to sign up for a newsletter highlighting all the weekend events. Here are our top picks for this weekend.
Hey, it is the weekend and there are a lot of things to do. Listen up. Nothing's really happening tonight. It all gets underway tomorrow. Starts at 11 a.m. over at Sandy Point State Park with the Maryland State Police and Special Olympics Polar Bear Plunge. That has been a tradition for decades. If you can get out to Sandy Point State Park and cheer on the plungers, that would be a great thing to do. It is also a great party. Ram's Head has their ice lodge with tons of beer, live music, dancing. There are plenty of vendors there, lots of food. Always a good time out at Sandy Point State Park. Again, gets underway at 11 a.m. Goes till about 5 p.m. If you don't feel like going out there, and I do recommend that you go to this one, this is over at Fado. It is the Benefit for Australia. This is sponsored by Fado, Katzif Brothers, as well as the City of Annapolis. It goes from 1 to 5 p.m. You're going to have live music from Dublin 5. The mayor has told us that he's going to try to get a koala there, so that would be an awful lot of fun. There is a $5 admission. There will be chances to bid on items in a silent and live auction. I think there's going to be a 50-50. And when you buy select beers, that money will go to two separate causes, which will be the Australian Red Cross, as well as WIRE, which is a rescue agency for wild animals. Again, that gets underway at 1 p.m. at Fado. That is going to be the happening party here in Annapolis on Saturday. A little bit more chill from 2 to 3. It is a winter bird hike down at Beverly Triton Beach. It is led by Anne Arundel County Recreation and Parks Rangers. You want to bring your comfy shoes as well as binoculars as they lead you through this really cool park and waterfront. You'll see herons, you'll see grouse, you'll see all sorts of birds led by an expert ranger. And on Saturday evening, the Annapolis Green is being faded by the Londontowne Symphony Orchestra. And if you've never seen the Londontowne Symphony Orchestra, you really should, and this is a great opportunity. It gets underway at 7:30. It'll cost you $20 to get in the door. It's at the Key Auditorium at St. John's College, and local music writer Randy Nielsen is going to be there. He has actually scored some of the music that they will be playing, and Miss America 2019 will also be performing, and she has got a beautiful voice, sings some wonderful arias, and all of this will benefit Annapolis Green. If you haven't heard about Annapolis Green, go check out our Legacy Business Spotlight. We did it a couple weeks ago with Elvie and Lynn. A lot of fun with those guys. Sliding into Sunday at 7 p.m. at Maryland Hall. This is a continuance of their movie series that they've been putting on, and this is really kind of a deep but very powerful movie. It gets underway at 7 p.m., and it's called Nobody Wants Us. It is a story of 3 teens that are trying to escape to the United States during the Nazi invasion of Europe. After the movie, there will be a panel discussion with the producer and the director, as well as some scholars, so that really looks to be a very interesting night. That's being held in the Bowen Theater on the lower level of Maryland Hall. And looking very, very forward to the following Friday, which is the 31st, they're going to be doing it again at Maryland Hall. It's a different screening, a different film. And this one is called I'm Not Leaving. It gets underway at 7:30, not 7. And it's a story of Carl Wilkins, who refused to leave with his family Rwanda back in 1994 during the genocide. Again, there will be a panel discussion afterwards. 2 fascinating topics at Maryland Hall, both down at the Bowen Theater on the lower level. I hope you can make one or both of them. That is about it for the weekend. Choose one, choose them all, choose just a few, but whatever you do, please choose wisely and be safe. We will see you here on Monday.
When a ring from the United States Naval Academy comes into Zachary's for a center stone, it always makes us wonder, where's this one going? Where's this one been? A nuclear sub in the North Atlantic? A carrier deck in the South Pacific? The moon? 52 astronauts are Academy graduates, from Iwo Jima to Okinawa, Corregidor to the Coral Sea, Midway to the Persian Gulf, Congress to the White House. These rings go where America goes. 73 that went to war were awarded the Medal of Honor. But wherever they go, wherever they may serve, our admiration goes with them.
Zachary's. Online at zacharysjewelers.com. More than a jewelry store, a jeweler.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis. And also tell them about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. This podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m., keeping you informed with the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. And take a moment to listen to our other podcast, The Maryland Crabs, released every Thursday at noon.